Hello and welcome to launchabusiness.ca, where you can quickly and easily set up your business completely online. My name's Lisa, and in this quick walkthrough, we're going to show you how to register an Ontario named corporation. Here we are at our homepage, launchabusiness.ca. You'll see an option across the top that says Start a Business, and then underneath that, Ontario Incorporation. So if you click there, you'll get to the page where you need to be. You'll see a little bit of information about incorporating in Ontario, and if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the form where you can begin registering your corporation. To begin your form, you'll have to select whether you want to do a numbered Ontario corporation or a named Ontario corporation. For a numbered Ontario corporation, the name will be a number automatically assigned by the province, followed by Ontario and the legal ending you choose. For a named corporation, you would decide what name you wanted to use, followed by the legal ending that you choose. Today, we're going to show you how to do an Ontario named corporation, so you can go ahead and select that. For a named corporation, you'll need a NUANS reservation. If you've already done this, you can select My NUANS reservation is already done, and then send it to us by email, or provide the reservation number. Otherwise, select to include your NUANS in pre-search, and we'll pre-search the name you want, and if it's available, we'll do the NUANS reservation for you. The next thing you'll notice is a free draft Articles of Incorporation. So we would prepare your documents for you and send them to you by email before they're finalized. That way you get to double check that everything is correct before we submit it. You'll see an option to process your corporation as a rush. So if you need it quicker than the 2 to 3 business days, you can select rush and we'll get it done within 24 hours for you. There is an option to future date your corporation up to 30 days in the future. So if you want the start date to be specific, you can select this and choose your date up to 30 days in the future. Otherwise, if you select no, we would just process it as soon as possible. Next, you'll have to decide what type of share structure you want to use. The share structure wording outlines the type of shares that a corporation is able to issue. Ontario provides a standard one-class share structure that you can use. Otherwise, you are able to provide your own wording. For this walkthrough, we're going to select one-class share structure, but we will provide a link below with more information about the details of your share structure. You'll see the option to include initial notice, which is a filing done by Ontario corporations within 60 days of incorporating. In this filing, you're going to list all the officer titles for your corporation. Some examples of this would be president, CEO, treasurer, or secretary. A corporation is able to register a trade name, which is also known as a operating as name or doing business as name. So if you're going to be operating the corporation as a name other than the full corporate name, you can register a trade name. You'll see that there are additional fees, including an additional government fee, and you can also choose to pre-search the name or rush the trade name registration if you'd like. There is also the option to include CRA account registrations, including retrieving your business number or registering an HST or payroll account. We also offer you the option to include a corporate supplies package. And if you click on this, you'll see the 3 options with a breakdown of what's included with each package. If you include this, there is a shipping fee to send the package, and you will have to provide a shipping address for delivery. There is a government fee of $300 for any new Ontario corporation. Then you'll see your grand total below. You'll want to click on the link to read through the terms in use before checking off that you agree. And the same goes for the Freedom of Privacy and Information Act. Then click Next to begin inputting your information. The first thing we'll need is the corporation name that you want to register. If you've already done your NUANS report to reserve the name, we'll need that in order to complete the registration. If you haven't yet done your nuance report, we'll first search the name for you to make sure it's available, then we'll reserve the name and continue processing the registration. You'll need to select the legal ending that you want to use. All of the legal endings mean the same thing. You'll just want to use the one that you prefer. You'll need to provide a brief description of the primary business activity for the corporation. We'll also need an official email address where any documentation will be sent. Then we'll need the head office address for the corporation, which can be a residential address. However, it cannot be a P.O. box. For your corporation, you'll need to indicate the minimum and maximum number of directors that can be listed at any time. For example, if you list a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 2, it means you can have as few as 1 and as many as 2 directors listed at any time. If you list a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 1, it means you can only have 1 director listed at any time. If, for example, you list a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 10, it means you can have as few as 1 director or as many as 10 at any time. We'll need the full name of each director being listed on the Articles of Incorporation. The name should be listed as it appears on government ID. You can also provide an email address if you'd like for each director. If you included the initial notice filing on the first page, you'll see a list of officer titles that you can select for each director. These titles won't appear on your Articles of Incorporation, but instead are filed with your initial notice filing. Input the address for each director, either the same as the business address or different. If you need to add additional directors, you can do that here. Next, we'll need to know who the incorporators of the corporation are. The incorporators are those who are creating the corporation. Typically, they're the same as the directors being listed. However, you can list different incorporators if that's the case. And we'll need confirmation for who is authorizing the registration, either the first director listed or a person acting under power of attorney if you're doing this for someone else. Depending on what options you selected on the first page, you'll need to provide different information after you click Next. On our first page, we selected trade name registration, so now we'll have to enter the trade name information. First thing we need is the business name being registered, which is the operating name being registered under the corporation. Next, we'll need a business activity for the trade name, which can be the same as the corporation's business activity you've already listed or different. We'll need the trade name address, which can be the same as the corporation's or different. Then click Next, and you're on the last page. You'll see a summary of everything that you've included, the grand total with taxes included. Input your payment information, including the cardholder's name and card information. Then an email address that we can send a copy of your invoice to, as well as the billing address associated with your card. We ask for a phone number in case we need to reach you by phone or have trouble getting through by email. Then answer a simple math question and click Submit. That's it, you're done. You'll get a confirmation email pretty much right away, but just check your junk just in case it goes there. Your completed Articles of Incorporation will be sent to you as soon as they're ready. And of course, if you have any questions, you know where to reach us. That's it. You've just incorporated your named Ontario corporation. Fast, simple, done.